Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk with yet another match preview. Although we, played yesterday and whatnot, had a win. It was great, of course, trying to, move on from, the horrible defeat to Liverpool and whatnot. But hey, I digress. We move, whatnot. We're already ready to talk about another game, and I have a special guest that is here on the channel. His debut, Eddie's Football Waffle. How are you doing, brother? You good?
Yeah, I was just feeling excited on my debut on your channel. Thanks for, sparing a position for me to come on at short notice. Because I just like literally text you, what was it, about half an hour ago, something like that. So yeah, I'm
Legit.
grateful for you allowing me to come on. So yeah, hopefully we'll get into some good content today. Yeah, thanks again.
Big up. Yeah, people make sure that you like the stream and subscribe to this channel, but also do indeed subscribe to Eddie's Football Waffles channel as well because he is a fellow Man United supporter. He's doing very well with his channel. With just, I just love the vibe. He's funny and he's super talented though. So hey, show some love.
Thanks for that.
Uh, yeah, big up. Hello, Jordan. I hope you're doing well. That's big up. I'm good, Des. Doing very well. Yes. You ask for the video, I'll do
Are
it.
you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.
Oh wow, that was cringy.
It's funny because it's so bad. It's just it was a Britain's Got Talent audition, I believe, years back, and I just like saw it on YouTube, way back, and I was like, no, no, no. I need to like incorporate this to the channel. So it's been a thing where we've been saying like, no, 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 I'm not all right. I'm all left. It's a thing here.
You know
Yes.
what? Yeah, it's because obviously I use memes on my channel as well. It's just such a good, fun little addition to
Yes.
reinforce what you're talking about.
It
So
really is. I
yeah,
feel like it kind of,
that's a good one.
yeah, it just brings, kind of, our sense of humor and whatnot. Then if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I feel like, here a lot of people get the same humor. So it is indeed good. But how are you feeling? Okay, so you and I haven't really, kind of fully talked about, the whole Liverpool game and whatnot. So I kind of want to get a little bit of your 2 cents of how you felt when, after basically that Liverpool game and then leading up to yesterday's game and whatnot. So the floor is yours. Kind of,
Yeah.
not that we're going to have a therapy session, whatnot, but just a little bit of how you
Yeah,
felt and how you feel now.
yeah. I mean, I feel like because I went on other people's channels to have the therapy, so it feels like I don't know to bring it up now is a bit of PTSD. But you know
I,
what? It's still healthy to keep processing things that you're uncomfortable with. So you just get used to being with that negative feeling. You get more desensitized to it. So in the future, you're more prepared. But yeah, that 7-0, obviously, yeah. I mean, it's like the first time we can see the 7 goals in a Premier League game. So obviously, it was very hard to take.
hmm
The recovery, obviously we couldn't just go, okay, we lose 7-0, therefore we're going to beat better 7-0. It's like that's not how life works, right? But
mm,
it's still good that you know, it was actually the same 11 players, wasn't it, that played in the 7-0. I was surprised at that. What were you surprised that it was all 7 players still playing?
yes,
I mean,
I,
all 11 players, I mean. See, I got
yeah,
7 in my mind. I can't get it out of my mind.
yeah, like 7 is one of my favorite numbers. I don't know if I can look at 7 the same way after the week I've had. So I completely get that. But yeah, I was a bit shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like, ooh, okay. But I kind of was, I felt like I understood why he did it. More so like, okay, I'm gonna give you guys another shot here, another chance. Show the people that okay, this was a very very big blip. You let people down. It's our job as a collective to fix this. So I hindsight now, obviously we won and whatnot. First half wasn't, of course, the best. I wasn't very content and happy with that by any means. But second half, when he did change, uh, Dallo out and bring everyone Bissaka. I was like, okay, good. I wanted that to
Yeah,
happen. Certain other players, stepped up their game and whatnot, but I
yeah.
was shocked when I saw it for sure.
It was a
Yeah.
better performance.
Mhm.
Like I was thinking there should have been some fresh people in there.
Mhm.
But I see what you're saying in terms of, Ten Hag kept in the same players to come and right some of these wrongs. Okay, that's a good philosophy to have. But I just thought when there's an embarrassment like that, you put it to some of these guys that are hungry on the bench to come in
Mm.
and state their claim for a position. I
Mhm.
thought the likes of Shaw should have been dropped because I felt
Mm.
Shaw, especially in that second half against Liverpool, he just went back to last season's Shaw in terms of being out of position. I think he was at fault for Martinez getting ripped up by Salah because Shaw tucked in on a counter attack that Liverpool had, and then Martinez had to go to left back. So that's not
Yeah.
obviously his position. So he was
Exactly.
exposed. So it's like I think, yeah. And then remember when Shaw tried to clear the ball for one goal and he kicked it against the players. I was like,
That
what?
that was Shaw's worst performance I've ever seen in a Man United shirt. I was like, this guy looks like he was poor, but he was also really rattled in a way. Like there
Yeah.
was unnecessary fouls given and whatnot. I was like, I've never seen Shaw like this. This is
Yeah,
mad.
he's been good all season. Like he's even
Yeah.
played centre back as we've seen. Like he's been sturdy. He's been
Mhm.
sure. Luke Shaw has been sure. But yeah, I thought with people like that were the main culprits. I reckon yeah, people like Malacia should have got a start. But in hindsight, what you're saying has worked. Ten Hag's kept with these guys that he said to them clearly, you guys made mistakes. Now go out and prove that you're actually worthy of
Mhm.
making up for it. And you know, it was 1-1 for the first half, and then, like you said, Ten Hag made some changes.
Mm.
So yeah, it's just it's on and upwards for the recovery now. There's just so many games. That's the thing. I think we're going to see. We're going to get into team news, but I think we're going to see some changes. Surely, I don't think you can keep going with the same team.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, what is it going to be? You can't start the same 11 for a third game in what would be maybe 9 days, something like that.
Nah, 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 nah. He definitely has to make a couple of changes for sure. Like, I mean, I believe I read, when it came to some of the press conference quotes and whatnot, that Martial is back in training, whatnot, so he potentially will be
Good.
available for Sunday's game. So that's a
Okay.
good thing. But oof, you never know. But hopefully Sabitzer as well as he wasn't available yesterday. So we'll see. But
Right.
we do need to change. I'm thinking like Malasia probably should be starting. Wan-Bissaka should be starting. I will dive into, of course, more so like in depth when it comes to that lineup. But there are certain guys that needs to, get a little bit more of a snip. What did you think
Yeah.
about when Palestri came in
Yeah,
that
I was
second
just
half?
gonna say, on Pellistri, like it brought a smile to my face when I saw him come on, and he was trying to dribble. This is what I like about this kid. He looks like a natural dribbler, someone that wants to carry the ball and just like beat his man. Unlike Anthony, where we've seen he likes to keep tucking in, he likes to turn
Hmm.
around and pass the ball backwards or cut in and shoot. I mean, obviously he got a good goal, but it's not like he's always going to get the space to do that.
I know
You got to have more tricks in your pocket. So yeah,
exactly.
Pedestri. I was just trying to remember what goal he was involved in. You know when he got the ball on the right and he just
Yeah,
drove
yeah, yeah,
like two players, cut
yeah,
it
yeah,
back
yeah.
to
Wasn't
someone.
it the wait? Was it the Vekhorst goal? Am I wrong?
Did Veko score the second or third one?
Didn't Vekhorst score the
Veko scored
third?
the fourth one, right?
No, didn't
Yes,
Bruno score the fourth one? Am I wrong?
I got the scorers up. So Rashford got the first one, then Anthony, then Bruno, then Veghorst.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So, wait, okay, was it the Bruno one then? Maybe.
it maybe
Freaking hell.
was probably was that. It's not coming to me right now, but
Yeah,
anyway, the
yeah, yeah,
point is that
yeah.
Palestri, he looks like a natural winger.
He
So
does.
surely he gets a start then because he's looked promising every time he comes off the bench. I mean, Garnacho has been given chances when he's come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. I don't think we saw Garnacho, did we?
No, I was surprised by that. I had him on the top level of the watch along and whatnot. I was like sure that he was going to get a sniff, but nope, he didn't even. get subbed in. Maybe it's because he's saving him for the Southampton game. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd like to see there's fresh wingers coming.
Me too.
Um, definitely got at least a Palestri. I don't know if you could start both at the same time. I don't know if Ten Hag's, you know how they say like, oh, maybe he doesn't trust the young players enough.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm not sure, but because there's the likes of Sancho that needs to come in and stake his claim again. So
100%.
yeah, I'd like to see Sancho start with either Palestri or Garnacho. But yeah, Palestri, he's due a start, man. He's due a start.
And I do think it's, he played well when he came. He got an opportunity, came in, and he definitely made, you know, what should I say? Something out of the few minutes that he actually was there. So I think he should be warranted, like, to be rewarded with a start, in my opinion, for the Southampton game. And, I wouldn't necessarily think that that would be a bad game to get a start at,
Yeah,
just
it's a
because
home
of,
game as well in front of the
yeah,
crowd.
you have the crowd with
So,
you, exactly. And I want, and I'm, I've been seeing like a lot of people, I don't know about you, but a lot of people like around you know, the social media space, or a couple of people that have been written Anthony off, that just don't see maybe the point of Anthony in a way. But there's also other people, at least myself, that's been like, okay, I can get frustrated with him at certain times, but I still do believe that there's some type of potential, especially that it is one of Ten Hag's guys, and he was very, super clear about, no, no, I gotta get this guy in. Like,
yeah,
okay, these are the guys that I want, for the first season that I'm here. He needs to be a part of that,
yeah,
a start of that, part of at the beginning of the project and whatnot. So, but I do at the same time, I still do think it's important to keep him a little bit on his toes, so that he doesn't kind of
definitely.
psychologically think that, hey, my spot here is secured and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
sometimes you can kind of be a little bit like, maybe you could chill a little bit, because, not that I'm saying that that's the case for him, but it's important that, somebody's at the back of your neck breathing and
yeah,
trying to get your spot. Because then, for a lot of people, such as, for instance, Luke Shaw, when, Melissa came in, level has been leveled
yeah,
up in a way, right? So I do think having Palestri come in, playing well and whatnot, and getting a chance, and seeing maybe Anthony on the bench for at least the Southampton game wouldn't
yeah,
be a bad thing. So that he needs to then be like, okay, yeah, I did score, but for me, my opinion, I did feel like his overall performance in yesterday's game wasn't up to part. I was a little bit disappointed in some aspect of it, even though he did improve throughout in the second half.
yeah.
But I was just a little bit like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
You know?
I can understand what people like in terms of people having frustration in the social media spaces. I can understand it. You just got to think about like what you're saying. Like maybe next season you could come on a bit stronger. I mean, this is what I'm praying for. I mean, how much we
Same.
spent on them? £85 million, I think it
Yeah,
is, something like that.
something
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
ridiculous. So
Yeah.
he has to come on next season. I've actually got a friend who he's a Man United fan, but not as passionate as me, and he
Okay.
just every time he's got his player cam, he's got his magnifying glass on Anthony, and he's
Oof.
swearing all the time when he's watching him. Like
Ay, ay, ay.
my friend's an attacking midfielder. He plays that kind of position where you dribble and do all that thing. So he's very critical with Anthony not being able to dribble like a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the time. For someone that costs that amount of millions,
You
I think
should
we should be
be.
seeing more dribbles.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't think you should have to settle a season to be able to dribble. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think you have to wait a better time for him to build up chemistry with the other teammates. I think
Yep.
that takes time. But in
Mm-hmm.
terms of getting the ball down and going, okay, I'm going to beat this man and go down the wing. I've not
Mm-hmm.
seen enough of that. He seems to slow down the
Yeah.
ball when he gets it, and then he gets doubled up on. He
I
allows
know.
another teammate on the other team to get
Mm-hmm.
into position to cover where he's trying to run to. So surely Ten Hag's telling him you got to do a bit better.
Yeah, he
I mean,
has been,
yeah, he
You do
must have
kind
been.
of be seeing the camera whenever, sometimes maybe he lose the ball and whatnot, or he, tries to put in a cross, or like maybe misplace a shot or whatever. you kind of see the camera pinpoint to Ten Hag where he's kind of like, you kind of
Yeah,
see his facial expression, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
You remember when he
because
did
yeah,
the ball spin? Um, that against was it FC Sheriff? He did a bit of ball spin, then he passed it out of play, and then
oh,
everyone was freaking out at how that was pointless skill. I
I
remember,
know,
yeah, it was bad. I remember Ten Hag was reacting in the press conference when he was asked about it, and Ten Hag was saying he wants to see dribbles. He wants to see
yeah,
dribbles. So yeah, Anthony has got a big job on himself to keep the likes of
100%.
Pellistri at bay, to
Yep.
keep whoever gets switched into the right wing. Sometimes I think we've seen Rashford a little bit on the right wing. Got to
Hmm.
keep him at bay. You got he for in terms of him being that marquee signing. You know what I mean? You've got to really get that position under your wrap.
100%.
I want to see that. I mean, yeah, he scored a few good goals,
Yep.
very good goals. I remember against Barcelona that goal he
Mm.
scored. I think against Everton.
Yeah, and also like his debut goal against Arsenal, like he
Yeah.
really put in like a screamer then, I remember, and people were like, "Oh wow, okay. Is
Oh
this Anthony?"
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And then the one against Man City. He's got a very good shot on him. But
He
it's like,
does.
yeah,
He does be scoring like in big games and whatnot, but it's like we know that the guy has a mean left foot, but he does need to work on his weaker foot, the right foot and whatnot,
yeah,
and it maybe not be too predictable because everybody knows, oh, okay, when he's cutting in, he goes to his left and whatnot. And then
yeah,
there's, like you said, it ends up being like two defenders that will instantly be on him because they know, oh, what's going to be his next move. So if he can try to tweak, there's a little bit, it's more so about just improving certain aspects that needs to be improved. That's it. Because
yeah.
I don't be talking about his work rate and whatnot because I definitely do think he gives a lot and whatnot. It tracks back and we got to pick that up of course, but there is certain aspect as a winger. y- we got to see levels.
Yeah, I've
You
seen
know.
him track back before. Like he's got good work ethic, but I don't know. It was a bit weird. Just going back to the Liverpool game again. I don't want to go back to it, but remember there was a lot of replays I was watching and analysis where Anthony he wasn't tracking back in that game though. He was
That
like,
game,
yeah.
I agree with
So,
that.
so was that a Ten Hag's instruction for him to stay up and like leave Robertson to just have fun
No, I
from behind?
think they all just lost it that day. None of them were following the plan at all.
That's weird though, because in the first half, when Man
Yep.
United were kind of all right, like it was
Yeah, yeah,
okay, we lost that half 1-0. But Anthony was on Ten Hag's side,
yeah.
and yet we saw a lot of times where Anthony was just up the pitch. So it's like, how could Anthony not be listening to the plan when he's literally next to the manager? It's like maybe the
That's a good
manager
point.
got some of these things wrong, in terms of
Maybe
having Anthony stay up top a bit too much,
could be. Yeah, I would say like Ten Hag, he even though the players definitely has a lot to be blamed and whatnot for that Liverpool game, of course. Ten Hag did get it wrong with the actual game plan in hand. But it is what it is. We got to, of course, move on, and hopefully,
Yeah,
I definitely believe in Ten Hag. We trust. We believe that he has, that he's learned from that and whatnot, and that he's definitely drilled, the same aspect or whatnot to the players that we do not want to see that crap ever again.
exactly, man.
Okay.
He's got to get out that Ten Hag hair dryer,
Yep.
discipline these players like
Yep.
Sir
Yep.
Alex
Yep.
Ferguson. That's what he's got to be doing.
Yeah. And when you're getting a hair dryer from a man that's bald, come on now. That's different type of hair dryer given. Come on now. Yeah, because his head got to be shiny, and it is. He looked good with the beanie yesterday. He was, yeah, just saying,
Yeah.
you know, real talk. Let me read some of the comments here. Let's see here. Hello, Rajat. Hope you're doing well. KFC with the banter. Big up. I was just drinking 7 Up. It was nice.
Oh,
Oh, great. I'm
we still
enjoying
doing the
myself.
7 Up jokes, man. Like,
Yeah, that's
how
so.
much?
I'm
How much do you think
orange
7
juice
Up
here.
has made from that game in terms of
I was
people
thinking about that
buying
too.
drinks for props?
Yep. Oh my god, they are loving it 7 Up for sure. I've been seeing so many different people on social media that have bought
Yeah,
7 Ups. I'm not gonna look at 7 Up the same way. No, I'm not drinking. Sorry. I'm not giving you my money. Not
yeah.
after this. Mm-mm. No, thank you. Russ says want to get Gonzalo Adiemi for center forward. Ooh,
Mm. That's
interesting.
Gonzalo Ramos, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how much he would go for. I mean, I've not been watching him. I mean, I saw him at the World Cup. He looked like
Same.
he got, a good
Yeah.
shot on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doing well with Benfica and whatnot. But since we are on that topic, who would you kind of be interested in getting, like as a
yeah.
striker?
So, I mean, I think a realistic one is Vlahovic from Juventus because
Mm,
we've seen how they've got like that. In terms of points, they got a lot of points taken away,
yeah.
and I think they've been on some kind of form, but it's still like several points away from Champions League. So if they don't get Champions League,
Yep.
surely Man United, who's come on, we're top three. Don't think we're going to capitulate in terms of
Mm-mm.
getting top four. We're going to
Mm,
have that Champions League football to attract people like Vlahovic, who is the top striker. I've seen his record in the Serie A. He puts up double figures nearly every season. Um, I'm
ooh.
sure, I think he would be that kind of profile that Ten Hag wants.
Mm-hmm.
Good shot on him. Got some energy. So yeah, I think Vlahovic. People are saying like Osterman, but it comes down to the fact that they're going to win a Scudetto, so we know that if he's a title winner, the premium is going to be through the roof. I mean, if we get the
Great.
Qatari owners in, then maybe it won't be a problem to put some money at his
Mm-hmm.
door. So Osterman or Vlahovic, in my opinion, I think that would be awesome.
Ooh. Yeah, I would love. I mean, I do like Vlahovic, but I would love Victor Osimhen. I can picture him in a Man United kid. Like I can see it, and I'm manifesting it. I've been watching, some Napoli games like in the Champions League, and a little bit of in this area and whatnot. And the guy is he
Mm,
is incredible. Like imagine if he was playing at Man United right now, he'll be
yeah,
cooking. There's been so
be
many
cooking.
games where I've been thinking, oh, if we just had like somebody up top to be like super clinical enough,
Yeah. I
we
remember
could
your
kill off
reaction
games.
to him. Was it the Roma game where he scored was it a volley? Or was that maybe a half volley? I think, what is it?
Potentially.
Kavicha crossed it in
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
it bounced and then he hits it into the roof of the net. It was just like
Yes.
that's the finishing that you're talking about there. I
Yeah.
mean, I would. I'm Nigerian as well, so that would be an extra bonus to see another
Let's welcome
Nigerian.
your
You know,
Nigerian brother. Come on.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man. Big up, big
yeah,
up.
yeah.
It'd be good to
Yes.
see, another Nigerian up there representing. I mean, we had Odion Igalo.
Yeah,
Maybe it wasn't the right time for him to
it
be
wasn't.
there because, like, it was
But
pretty much a second team
Agent
sport.
Igalo is on it. He's been on it.
Where's he
He
playing now?
no, I'm thinking more so. He definitely has been on to trying to get Victor Osimhen to come to us. As you know, Igalo is this. Even though he's not playing for Man United anymore, he is a Man United fan, and
Hmm.
he would like to see Osimhen to come to Man United and
Yeah,
be playing. So hey, he's
so
working under the
maybe help us
scenes.
negotiate for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Agent Igalo doing his thing. What about though? Okay, Kane, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Mm,
Oh man, I mean, this is the thing with forwards. We know there's certain forwards that like they can still remain at top level when they're getting a bit older. Because obviously we think to like Van Persie when he was getting a bit older
yep,
at Arsenal, but then he came to Man United, gave us a good 2 seasons. Oh no, was it a good 1 or 2 seasons? I think the one season when we won the Premier League was good enough anyway. So it was
it
like
was. I mean, it
it
was
was
good
great.
enough.
So I don't know if it would be a risk in terms of getting Kane to see if he could give us at least 1 or 2 seasons where he'd be getting us into that title race, maybe helping us
Yeah.
win another cup outside of the Premier League. But it's just like I have an issue with Kane's legs.
Okay.
He seems to be slowing a little bit, like slowing down.
Mm,
But the thing is, like he's good at dropping deep and
he is.
playmaking as well. So he could, yeah. I mean, it
I think
depends
we
how much
can
it is for him.
accustom to it. I think we could work it out. But also, when I'm saying Kane, like I'm not thinking we could solely rely on Kane because Kane, the way Spurs is using him, he's been playing every single game. I
Yeah,
think that's a bit too much. So you can't be solely reliant on him because what happens if he does? Even though knock on wood for Spurs, he hasn't really been injured and whatnot this season for them, but um he's been playing X amount of games. That can take a toll on somebody. So for me, I would
yeah,
be having a Kane and another striker so that you can kind of switch a little bit here and there. But Kane for me is more so like a here and now type of player. But I also would
Yeah.
love to have a striker that's also more so a long term option
Yeah.
as well. In my opinion, just I think that could work. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just looking
think
at the
that's
Spurs
for
side. I
sure.
think Kane would cook. He would cook here. He would cook. I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing in it because like obviously you're not going to buy him for like longevity. If he comes in, I definitely want to see someone like rotating with him for that forward position.
Yep,
But it depends who we could get in though as well. That's the thing. Like these new owners have got to have money bags because
they
come on,
do.
Kane's gonna cost a lot, and then another forward
That's true.
that's gonna push for his position is gonna cost quite a
Yeah,
bit. But that,
I'm
that also
like,
depends on whether Greenwood is coming back too, because I don't know, maybe they could be rotating for that sort of forward position, So
I
yeah,
personally
but we
do
know the
not
politics
want
from Greenwood.
Voldemort back, but hey, you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic there. But
yeah.
you let's see here. Okay, so people, okay, we're just saying don't want Kane and bottling loyalty. Damn. Okay,
Oh.
interesting.
I mean,
But you
there's
also,
been just real quickly.
yeah,
That was
go ahead.
Rajat, right? Wasn't it? Yeah,
Yep.
we got Rajat, but it's like I don't know. It seems to be like the whole thing with Spurs is that Spurs bottle it, yeah. So players going there seem to be caught up in that kind of bottling mentality. But I reckon, come on, we've seen Kane. He's pretty much like one of the top scorers in history of the Premier League. I think he's still behind Alan Shearer. It's like bring him to a proper manager who knows how
He
to
would
win.
cook.
Yeah, Ten Hag's already won Carabao Cup. He wasn't expected to win anything. I'm sure you could get in Kane and get him into that mentality of like, playing finals and winning. Because
Exactly.
we've seen Kane in like finals like Champions League where he's not showing up.
No.
Um, I think Carabao Cup several years ago didn't show up. But I think when they
Mm-hmm.
played Man City, well then again, Spurs did fire their manager just before the final, so it's like
Yeah.
can't really
So
blame Kane for that. So just to
exactly.
finish up on that one, yeah,
Yeah.
Kane coming to a winning team,
Mm-hmm.
sure, I'm sure he could help us win something, man.
I think so. I think like coming to a side that just that has the tools. That he just needs to do his thing, what he's good at. And I do think that you when you have like a proper manager that can bring you that winning mentality. And also, come on, now, let's not, no disrespect to Spurs, but come on, now, we got people that been winning. We have 5-time Champions League winner in Casemiro, 4-time Champions League winner in Varane, also World Cup winner, and another World Cup winner in Lisandro Martinez. Come on now,
Yeah,
and a couple of the others that's
yeah.
finally
De Gea, De Gea has the Premier League. I
De
actually
Gea
forgot
has the
about
Premier
that.
League.
Yeah,
Exactly. A lot of people sometimes be, hey, he got a Premier League. Come on. Also, a couple of others. Come on. I'm telling you, he will be surrounded with people that be like, you know what? We know you've been deprived from trophies your whole life, but right now you come to a place. Let's
mm,
help you help us win something.
mm,
It'll be a win-win.
yeah. Like you're saying, there'll be a hunger. Like, so come on, man.
And I've
Yeah,
been reading reports that Ten Hag is it would be keen on Kane, alongside others as well. Like he's not the only target, but it is a player that he is kind of looking at. And I'm saying a lot of people be saying like, yeah, but 30s and that. Look at Casemiro. Okay, he had a birthday not that long ago. 31. He's been cooking. What are
he's
we saying
31.
here? Yeah, you've got
Oh,
Casemiro turned 31. What was it? The game when we played Barcelona, second
oh,
leg.
wow.
That was his birthday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but he doesn't look like he's 31 the way he plays. Come
Still
on now.
looks like he's in his prime, So
Exactly.
hopefully Kane is that kind of player where it's like he ages like wine,
Yep.
gets more to that, that prime. Yeah,
Exactly. If we can get
hopefully.
a few seasons from him, but also we have maybe a young, aspiring center forward, whatnot, or somebody that okay, mid 20s, cooking and doing very well. You never know. Do we just have to get one? If we got the Qatari money, give me two. Give me two
Yeah.
strikers. I'm shameless like that, but I'm saying give me Kane and Oshiman.
I
How
don't
about
think
that?
we, I don't think we're shameless because I'm thinking the
Yep.
same thing. We're, we
Yep.
we we're the biggest Premier League team in this Premier League era. 13 Premier Leagues. We should have more money than Todd Bowley and Newcastle, all of them. We should be the guys, making this league like what Bayern Munich did to to that league, to that German league. We
We
should be
should.
dominating.
100%. Yeah, no, no, no. Anfield, Uncle Ross is blessed up to both
Big up,
me and you, Eddie. Yeah, yes. Hello, Niall. Hope you're doing well.
big up now.
Big up. Let's see here. Okay, Rajat. Rajat, who do you want? You say no to Oshman. What? Rajat, tell me, who do you want? Who do you want? Did you say who you want? Wait, and we get Ward-Prowse at what? James
10
Ward-Prowse at 10
million.
million.
Nah,
Okay.
they want more than that for him. Like he's pretty much
They
their best player, ain't
he
he?
is literally right here. Like they want more. Are you mad?
Yeah.
10 million for what? Y'all are then completely underrating James Ward-Prowse if you think he's gonna be going for 10.
Yeah.
English tax. Have y'all forgot about that? 10 million.
I mean, that would make sense, like if it was like several years ago when
Yep.
the transfer market actually made sense and
Yeah.
people were rated objectively. But now we're in a market where just teams just put the price on their player according to
Mhm.
their subjective value of him.
Mm.
Remember when Everton was saying, "Oh, Gordon, yeah, we think he's 70 million because we think he's worth that much. He's got that potential." Southampton will be thinking maybe 50 mil, something like that, something ridiculous. It'll be something ridiculous.
Yeah. Definitely. Masasi says if they get relegated, even if they get
Oh,
relegated, he would. I don't think he would get 10 million.
mm.
Really? Rich
That's a
said they
good
get
point. It
relegated
would,
50.
yeah, 15, 20. Maybe, yeah. If they're relegated,
Really?
maybe around 20 million. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, are we rating Ward-Prowse like that? I mean, he's got a good free kick,
I like
good
James Ward
passing.
Prowse, but I don't know if I don't think we will be going for him though. I don't know if we will be going for him. I like him. Don't get me wrong. I really like him. I mean, we're going to be playing against him on Sunday, and I do not want us to give any fouls and whatnot, and any don't give
Uh,
any fouls away in a good position for
yeah,
Southampton because 9 times out of 10, he gonna be scoring those set pieces. Let's be honest, especially when it comes to free kick, he gonna be scoring.
yeah.
Okay, because this guy is a baller when it comes to that. But yeah, speaking of the game, how are you feeling leading up to the Southampton game? I mean, they are, I believe, I think they're 19th in the table, if I'm not mistaken. But they did win against Chelsea, even though Chelsea, they at that time when they won against Chelsea, we know Chelsea's been not good this season, whatnot. So that. But at the end of the day, I still do think that we can manage to do so. It definitely helps that we're at home since our home
Yeah.
record has been very good this season. So how are you feeling leading up to this game? Do you think that this is going to be a game that it'll be okay to switch a little bit, rotate and whatnot, as we will, of
I,
course, talk
I
about the
think
lineup.
we
But yeah,
have. I think, like we were saying earlier, because we had like so many games in so little time. I think Ten Hag will be forced to rotate because I don't want to see another game where obviously don't want to see another game like against Liverpool. But there was one game where we played a strong team. Again, I think it was against Real Sociedad. Yeah, and then the next week we had Aston Villa away. Played the same team and they had no energy. And we lost. I think we lost 3-1. I don't know if you
it's
remember that game,
I
but it was the
remember.
strongest. Yeah, it was the
Mm,
strongest team, and
mm.
we couldn't do anything. There was
Yeah,
no
we
counter
we were all
pressing.
shocked. Hmm.
Yeah, the so was they were jaded.
Yep.
No counter pressing, no pressing,
Hmm.
no just none of that energy that you need to
Mm,
do in a Ten Hag system. And it was like watching another Ole team like last season. So
exactly.
yeah, for this game, we've got to see changes. In terms of Southampton, obviously, it was great seeing them lose to like Grimsby Town in the FA Cup. I thought that was really funny. And the thing is, they've recovered, haven't they? Because they beat Leicester in that last game. And I'm not I'm not liking that new manager that they got. He seems like he may be one of these young Spaniards. I think he's Spaniard. Ruben Selles. I think
Maybe
he's
okay.
Spaniard. He seems
Okay.
like a kind of profile like an Arteta, like one of
Oh,
these guys that has a vision. and wants to get his team to actually play ball. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm a little bit worried that there's people like Alcaraz coming through for
Hmm.
Southampton. He looks nifty in terms
Ooh.
of his running in behind. Yeah, the goal he scored as well against Leicester was running in behind a high press from
Yeah.
Leicester.
Yeah, I was
So
watching that game as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, he looks pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful
Yep.
of people like that
We
running in
can't be
behind.
complacent. We can't, even though like they're at the very like Russia says 19th and with minus 21 goal difference and whatnot. We can't kind of like you still need to come in with the energy that okay, we're gonna win whatnot, but you gotta show for it. You have to play well. You can't just be like, okay, we're just gonna chill and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful of certain players and whatnot. What do you think about what was it, the technically is Man City, or used to be a Man City youth academy player, but Lavia, I believe it is.
Oh, Lavia.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I do like this guy.
Mhm.
I remember. Yeah, didn't we play against them last season as well? He was there
Mhm.
last season, wasn't he? Or was it last season or was it earlier this season that I'm remembering? Oh yeah, yeah, earlier this season,
We
wasn't
played
it?
him very
Yeah,
early this season.
earlier this season, I think. Did
Yeah.
we won that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I remember, like, I
Yeah,
think that game, like the Leicester game, was like 1-0 or something.
I
They
think it was
won.
1-0. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Bruno got that nice goal uh, from a Dallo assist, I think it was. Yeah,
potentially. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was a nice teamwork goal. But
Yep.
yeah, Lavia. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, because we were losing the midfield quite a bit. There was a big portion of the second half where we had to sit back and just contain them. The people like Lavia was just like they just looked really technical on the ball. I
Mhm.
think there's another guy called Sekou Mara. I don't know if he's been playing recently, but he
Mm.
came on. He was also good. Southampton seems to have these some of these players that are like unknown that come through and they just look good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's people like Bella Kotchek at centre back. I'm like, this guy's probably better than playing at Southampton. So it's like maybe we might have to look at Southampton, like especially if they get relegated, try and cherry pick some of these little
I
guys that
think we
Ten Hag can work with.
should.
Yeah.
Remember when like it was years back when like Liverpool raided the whole Southampton team? Years back, I
Uh,
remember. They got a
yeah.
bunch of players. I think it might have been the same time when we also got Luke Shaw from Southampton as well. So yeah, it was a time where everybody was checking for Southampton because
Yeah.
they did
But
they
what
used
Liverpool got people like Lallana. There was yeah, there's other people as well. Yeah.
yeah,
I remember that.
yeah.
So yeah, people like Lavia. I mean, who did we play him in for? We played Casemiro in the last game, right? Who else did we play? Was Bruno Fernandes and Fred. I want to see
Hmm.
Sabitzer come in because,
Ooh,
like, Sabitzer's, come on, man. I mean, he's a top
okay,
level guy. Like,
yeah,
we shouldn't be worrying about people like Lavia. They should be worrying about our people like Sabitzer. He's like Champions League
yeah.
player.
What do you think about the thing with Sabitzer? Because I feel like as of lately, I remember the Carabao Cup final. He wasn't. What did he play, or did he come on late in that game? I just remember I was like, there's been a couple of the games recently where I would have expected him to be coming on and playing more and whatnot, but he hasn't. I don't know if it's just a fitness issue and whatnot. Obviously, as he wasn't available for yesterday, but I just would have,
Yeah,
since we got him, on like a loan after Eriksen got injured, and we had to get him deadline day. It was quick and whatnot because we really needed to get somebody. I just feel like
yeah,
we haven't really maybe seen that much of him. I would love to see more of him
yeah.
and Casemiro alongside together.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. I don't think he's really played enough with Casemiro there. Like every time I've seen him play, it's in place of Casemiro.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I remember like his one of his first games. He was playing with was it the Leeds game where I think that might be the one at home where he had Fred and Bruno.
No, it was actually. Remember, he came in for that Palace game where Casemiro was sent off. That was his debut.
Oh, okay, that was a debut. I didn't
Yeah.
really remember much because we were just parking the bus after we went down to 10 men. So
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
even see what Sabitzer was doing in that game.
I
But
know.
first real game I was seeing him play was that Leeds one,
Yeah.
and it was really like it seemed like he was thrown in at the deep end because we saw our Leeds was counter pressing every time they got a chance. They were just not letting us settle in the midfield, even though we had
Mm,
like more possession. I don't think we controlled the game.
no, we
So
didn't.
yeah, I was gonna say that Sabitzer having Fred and Bruno next to him, I think that was bad partnership for him to be settling into.
I
Because the
agree.
likes of Bruno, just we know Bruno's a bit of a cowboy when he presses forward. He just
Yeehaw.
goes, he just goes to a next level and goes. He tries to be the striker or the winger
I
or
know.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bless
So
his heart. Bruno sometimes be going in like, I'm going to do everything.
he tries to be like a
Legit.
maverick, superhero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then Fred a little bit as well. I thought Fred was going to be holding the midfield a little bit more. We saw him go a bit forward, and then
Yeah,
Sabitzer was just left with all of these guys pressing. So it's
yeah.
like, hopefully, we can see a game where Casemiro is just holding, and then Sabitzer can be in one of these like number 8 positions where he can start cooking with his passing because his passing is
Mm.
good. I think
His
that's one of the
passing is
best
pretty
parts of his
good.
game. Yeah, I think that's the best part of his game is his passing. He's got a good shot on him too. I've seen some of his highlights in terms of shooting at Leipzig. Very
Hmm.
good long shot. I don't think we've seen enough of that. So
Exactly. I want to see
he was
more.
saying that maybe his fitness might be an issue, but then Ten Hag was saying he assessed the fitness and like he pretty
Yeah,
much
but
is kept to a top level. So
I
I
don't
don't see
know.
what the issue is.
I really
Yeah,
don't know what it is. I don't know, but hopefully you will be available for that Sunday game. But maybe
yeah,
let's since we are talking about like what we're thinking of the players who's going to be playing whatnot. Let's maybe do like a combined starting 11. What we're thinking, uh, in
okay,
a way, what we hope to see, but also what we think. Okay, this is Ten Hag. This is what Ten Hag is going to do, in our opinions, of course. But we would never know really, because Ten Hag
yeah,
always keeps us on our toes. At least me. Uh,
yeah. No, he does. It's true.
yeah.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yep. Okay, so I mean, come on, we already know the hair. Who
Yeah,
else? Goalkeeper, right back. Who do you think that would be? I would go for
yeah.
Wan-Bissaka, in my opinion.
I think Wan-Bissaka is definitely due a start because
Yep.
we've seen Dallo start them last few games and energy is going to be an issue. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Wan-Bissaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the left back?
Yeah, I want to see Malacia come in now.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah, I think because those are the wing back positions, you've got to have the optimum energy, don't you? Because you're
I
going back
think so
and
too.
forth. So yeah, I think Malacia will come in.
Yeah. I also felt like when Malasia came in that, yesterday, he looked good in my opinion. He, do a little bit shaky, but like overall, he looked good.
Yeah,
So why not? Why not have a starter then? Like you said, we have to utilize the squad. We can't go in with the same 11 every single time. You gotta make a couple of changes here and there, and you know, utilize the squad basically. But when it comes to the center back partnership here, should we go with Martinez and Moran?
Ooh, so they've started the last 2 games, haven't they? Is it the last two? Is it Liverpool and Betis, right?
Yep,
What? How's their fitness going? Because I remember Varane didn't look good in the Liverpool game.
he didn't.
I don't.
He looked better yesterday, in my opinion. I would say he looked overall better, but I kind of was. I would have, often he does have a tendency. I mean, Ten Hag to rest Varane more than Martinez often,
Yeah,
just because he be of course like we get it. You have to kind of retire from the national team and whatnot because he does understand that too many games does have a toll on his body and whatnot. So I do get that, but I'm almost thinking maybe he might let Varane rest for the Southampton game.
yeah. Because I'm thinking Lindelof. You might get a chance in there.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think how many games Lindelof's played. He's not played too many.
He hasn't
But
played too
then
many actually.
is Lindelof in front of Maguire? Because I don't want to see Maguire
I don't want
playing.
to see Maguire either. Like, not at all. I do not want to. Bless his heart, but I don't want to. No. Mm-mm. I wouldn't
Mm.
feel comfortable with having Maguire there. And I would say I feel a lot more comfortable with Lindelöf. I feel like Lindelöf is better with his feet, in my opinion,
Yeah, for
than
sure. I remember
Maguire.
last season when it was him and Varane under
Yep,
Ralph Ragnick, they had
yep,
a good partnership.
yep,
So Lindelof can play high press. He
yeah,
can do it. I'm
exactly.
just really trying to think like Ten Hag, but like you said, this general keeps us on our toes. Um,
Yeah,
I think I think he still does go with Varane and Martinez, you know, because
Okay.
he's swapped around the fullbacks. In our
Yeah.
opinion, we think he's going to swap the fullbacks. So I
Yeah,
think
that is a good
he'll punish
point.
you with the centre backs.
That is a very, yeah, you know what? As I'm looking at this, if he do, yeah, if we're like swapping, changing a bit with the fullbacks, then maybe doesn't necessarily be the best option to then also completely switch out the center back partnership. It would be maybe smart to have a little bit of a, you know, um, like
Yeah,
some form of stableness
yeah,
behind
yeah.
there. So maybe, yeah, you know what? I think I might agree with you. We'll say Martinez and Varane then. Yeah, Martinez and Varane. When it comes to the midfield, obviously I would think probably Casemiro will be starting again. You thinking?
Yeah, I think Casemiro will be in there. I just
Yeah.
can't imagine anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And to go, yeah, if we're going to the next one, I would say I think Fred gets swapped out for this one. I reckon Sabitzer gets a chance to really try and get that position under his reps, you know,
I would
because
love to see
yeah,
it, man. I
I
want to
want to
see
see
it.
that too. I want to see more composure in that midfield than a Fred. I mean, Fred, obviously, we've seen him like even add goals to his game.
Yeah.
He's been good against the likes of Barcelona in terms
Yeah.
of pocketing De Jong and doing
Yep.
all the tackles.
But I
But
feel like with Fred, it's like it isn't a bad thing to have him in certain games on the bench, and then when you need to bring the energy up, when you need, okay, now we need to up this a little bit, then you can bring him on in the second half. You know that he has
yeah,
a goal in him, or maybe an assist in him, or whatnot, or just be like the third pass and whatnot. Maybe just try to press higher up the pitch if needs to be. Then he is
mm, mm.
a certain player to be used for
I
that.
really like your philosophy there. I hope Ten Hag goes with that because I can
Mhm.
see Casemiro and Sabitzer just trying to get that composure in midfield, yeah, to start off
Yeah,
with, and
yeah,
calming the game down, getting possession, and then if that doesn't work, like you said, if we need to really drive at Southampton in the second half, Fred is your guy
yep,
for pressing forward and
yeah,
being quick in transition. So yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking as well. Um, what about? I mean, we don't really even have somebody to often step in for Bruno. He'd be always, available every single game, and bless his heart. I mean, availability is the best ability, which I do agree on, and I would say like he turned up in the second half yesterday. Um, so yeah, we'll probably just go with him again. Yeah, in that.
was he playing on the left yesterday? Because
I was a little bit yesterday. I was kind of like, where the hell? I felt
Because
like he was
I
maybe.
saw the team come up before the game
Yeah,
on the stream that I was watching, and it said that Bruno was on the left, but it
I
seemed
don't
like he
think.
moved about a bit.
I think he moved about a bit because I don't think he was on the left. I think he moved about a bit, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
think so. What's so interesting with with Ten Hag's in-game managing, whatnot, they often be interchanging throughout the game.
yeah,
Is what I find so fascinating. If something doesn't work in some games, if something doesn't work at the beginning, it's like instead of maybe trying to get the subs in right there and then, it's more so, okay, let me give you guys some instructions of what we can do with you guys still being here. Okay, you'll go on
yeah,
the left, you go up as the number 9, and you do this, da 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 da, da. And then, okay, we'll see that. If that doesn't work, I gotta get somebody from the bench to try out, which I do think isn't a bad thing to do.
yeah.
Figuring out who can be quite versatile when it comes to that, in my opinion. But
Mm. Well, yeah, I think
truth,
he starts, yeah, in the attacking mid
yep,
because he's the
same,
captain, ain't he? He's captain.
yep,
I don't think he's
exactly.
gonna be dropped. And he's got great energy levels
He
for like
does.
even though he keeps playing, yeah.
Yep,
He sleeps off.
100%. Before we move on, let me, when it comes to the up top there, I want to just check some of the comments here. Ryder says, Malaysia next ever come on. Ooh, that's a big shout. I mean, Patrice Evra is one of my favorite players, especially one of my favorite Man United players. Malaysia, you never know. The guy is, he young. There's definitely some exciting potential there. It would be
Yeah,
great if he can. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit like, I don't like saying like this guy's gonna be the next this guy's gonna be the next that. I just want you to be the best you. I want
yeah.
you to make a name for yourself.
Exactly, because he doesn't need the pressure. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like, you know,
that's
even if you have a great physicality, great
mm,
specimen, you need to be just connected with your, you know, your mentality. Like you're saying, be your own person.
yep.
Otherwise, you're just trying to follow someone's shadow. And with no pressure, it can burst pipes. So we need Malacia just to go on his own kind of trajectory. But
Yeah,
yeah, he's got those kind of traits of Evra. So
he
I
does.
reckon he
I
could
can
be good.
definitely see it. I can see it, but I do think, like you said, it's sometimes it can add too much pressure to a player to be like, oh, you're gonna be the next this and that. No, just you. There's a potential there. You be a name that somebody else will remember and whatnot. That's kind of what I think you should probably aspire more to. Make a name for yourself, in my opinion. Roger says no Maguire and Licha Martinez. So no to Maguire, or you say Maguire and Martinez together. What is
Yeah.
come?
I think
Oh,
that's
you
made
right.
to the partnership, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Maggie will be playing with Licha,
Oh,
and you're saying Fred. Freaking hell! Stop.
oh, not
I don't
McTominay.
want to see Mc. I don't want to see McFred. I don't want to see it. Nah, Rajat, stop this. Stop this. You're trying to sabotage. Stop it. I'm joking, but real talk, brother. Stop it. Tonoma says, in my opinion, De Gea needs a rest, at least for him to get a breather. Why do we have backup keepers if they won't play? Hmm. But the thing with goalkeepers, though, they often be playing, through, especially when it comes to like league games and whatnot. They be playing.
Yeah,
You have like your league, goalkeeper. Then you be having like your cup goalkeeper. Maybe we just haven't figured out that about that aspect yet because we don't really have that like number two yet. Even
yeah,
though Tom Heaton is there, Jack Butland, I don't believe even has gotten a debut yet, even
mm.
for Man United. But it is what it is. But
Yeah.
we'll
I
probably.
don't see De Gea coming out of the team. To
I
be
don't
honest,
see it. He
but
is like number one
yeah,
on the call sheet. He
but
will be
I
there.
do see. Sorry, I do see Twalumba's point in terms of he
I
needs a
see it.
breather because if you look at the mistakes he was making in terms of trying to play out from the back, they look
Yes.
like I
Yeah.
don't know. He's feeling a bit of pressure from actually doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe he needs a breather from from actually doing that. Maybe a
Maybe
bit of a rest. But then, can the next keeper come in and do that? That's the thing. So
that is
if
such a good point.
yeah, if the next keeper's not really up to it, then you have to keep going with De Gea because he's your best shot stopper.
Yeah.
So
And Ten
yeah,
Hag did say that, I've been, like I said, referring to the press conference quotes. He did, yeah, he is aware of, the mistakes that were made yesterday and whatnot, but he does still believe that, there has been improvement and whatnot. You are, taking that into account, but that he'll definitely be expecting him to be playing on Sunday and to do better. So De Gea is not gonna not be there. Knock on wood. But Tolumba, I do agree with it's important to get a breather here and there. I do think that's definitely fair for sure.
mm,
Hopefully at some point, but you never know. Roger says I don't think Varane will be playing. Ten Hag is picking Licha with Maguire Lindelöf. If that's the case, then I would want Lindelöf and Licha in my opinion. But hey, Roger says following in next Ronaldo, next REP. Haha. Yeah, that's let's not. Let's just
wait, what's that in reference to? Is that into
I
reference of Kane? Or
maybe that's the reference to the Malaysia thing with the next, ever
oh, okay,
is what I'm assuming. I could be wrong. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Rajat, but that's what I'm believing that Rajat is referring to because they are backup. Oh, when it comes to the goalkeeper, which is also obviously want Casemiro to be playing. He may be injured, plus will need rest one half. I see that too. That's why we need to go into the to shop for some players this summer. We need to have backup in that midfield, up top, another center back, as probably Maguire will be going. We need backup on backup.
yeah,
We need to have squad depth. Squad depth is crucial,
exactly.
especially when we're
Yeah,
playing so many games.
yeah, I don't want to see no more McFreds,
No,
McTom, whatever, Maguire. They're just the wrong players for the system. So yeah, we
hmm
just need players.
I agree. Ooh, okay. So back to the predicted lineup here. Tournament says Pellegrini needs to come on at 60 minutes. So, hmm.
Mm. I think, in my opinion,
hmm
just going with the theme of changing the players on the wings because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. the players on the wings tend to do a lot more running, I would say, in terms of,
Yep.
especially in the pressing system where you've got
Mm-hmm.
to press, then counter press. You know what I mean? You got to track back, all these things. I think we see two new wingers come in. You know,
Ooh.
I think so, but I don't know whether you're going to agree. But I reckon
No.
on the right, I reckon we see Palestri come in,
Ooh.
and then
Okay.
on the left, I would say a Sancho coming in there. That's my
Ooh.
thoughts on that because I don't.
You
Mm,
know what?
I'm actually in two minds because I'm thinking Garnacho is due to be playing some time, but maybe he could be a super sub.
Maybe it could be a super
I
sub.
don't know. But then what was it? Rajat was saying, or was it Twalumba was saying Palestra could come on at 60 minutes. That could also happen.
That could also happen. You
So
know,
we're,
it's
we're spoiled for wingers, you know. Yeah.
the thing is, this is not a bad problem to have. You know, it would be worse if you'd be like, oh my God, we don't have anybody. We have to still go with this person, yada, yada, yada. But here we're more so, it's options, and you just don't know, okay, who should be starting and whatnot. But certain players, such as Garnacho, definitely is a player that gets involved. And, whenever he comes off from the bench, he tends to be a super sub for
Mm,
sure. So, I wouldn't have a problem with Garnacho starting. I wouldn't have a problem with him being the bench. But when you said Jadon Sancho to start on the left, I wouldn't have
yeah.
a problem with that either. I would not
Yeah.
have a problem, especially we were at home. He did come in, alongside I believe Malasia yesterday, so he got a couple of minutes. He did look decent, a little bit shaky here and
Yeah,
there, but
he looks
but
more
still,
confident, in my opinion, because I remember
yeah,
seeing him like, against Barcelona, the
yep,
second leg. He looked the most nervous I've ever seen a player because remember he was playing in the number 10 position. He
yep,
looked he looked at sea. He looked like he's trying to get his sea legs. He didn't look like he wanted to be there.
mm-hmm,
So when he was back onto the left, I saw him trying to dribble, trying to do
yeah.
little link ups. I think yeah, I reckon Sancho definite. On Pedestri, I'm still
I'm gonna say
a
Palace.
question mark for that one actually.
Yeah,
I don't know. What were you thinking though for the right wing? Because Anthony got the winner, so you could actually be
yeah.
starting again based on that.
I'm almost wondering, like maybe maybe Ten Hag will be like, okay, we'll have Anthony again just to kind of build more of that confidence. He got a goal and whatnot, and then because often he does be starting with Anthony, but Anthony does not always play for the full 90 minutes. He does tend to sometimes come off in second
Yeah,
half, and then you bring on maybe a Palestri. So what if, like, for instance, what Tulumba said that, okay, Pelestri needs to come on at 60 minutes. What if that's the case? And if Pelestri plays very well in that 60 minutes, maybe starts for, in that second leg of the, or maybe not, maybe in that second leg of the Real Betis game, or potentially start for the FA Cup game against Fulham. I don't know. Maybe.
I could see him starting against better because like what 4-1 up. There's a bit of
Yeah, maybe that would
comfort
be.
zone there.
Scratch what I said. Yeah, maybe that. If he does have a great cameo in that Sunday game, maybe so. Maybe he's trying to ease him in a bit. But what I've found a little bit like interesting is, when he was coming in, what was it, one of the Leeds games, a few weeks back and whatnot, and he played very well. But then we kind of haven't seen him much since then, and then we finally kind of saw him, play again yesterday. So I'm just like, I hope it's not going to be like, okay, we saw him yesterday, but then we're not going to see him get a chance. You know where
Yeah,
I'm getting at?
I know what you're
That it,
talking about. Now, I'm sure we've got to see more of him because if we don't, we're going to be seeing more of Ilanga, and I'm done with Ilanga to be honest. Like,
bless my fellow Scandinavian brother, but it's a wrap here. I think you
yeah.
go to on a loan or just bye bye. Thank you for your service. We gotta go.
You look good on the Ralph. You
Yeah,
actually
he
really
did.
enjoyed him on
Oh
the
yeah,
Ralph.
yeah.
You
I
know what I mean?
felt Ralph really got something out of him for sure. But I do feel like the a few moments he's been getting under Ten Hag, even though it hasn't been many. I don't feel like he's really taken it. You know,
Yeah,
he hasn't really taken that opportunity. Like Garnacho took it and he ran with it. We haven't really seen Elanga do the same though.
that's true.
So
That's true.
it is what it is. But
Yeah, I
so the
think
right
for the
wing,
right wing.
maybe
Sorry, I think we're gonna have to go with Anthony. What,
I think Anthony as
yeah,
well. I think maybe it wouldn't necessarily be bad to, because now if we're going to be having pleasure, we're going to be making way too many changes. I do think it's
Yeah,
a little bit important to have a little bit of that stability with not making too many changes, like in terms of, okay, Wan-Bissaka's in, Malaysia, we're saying Sabitzer, we're saying Sancho, then having Anthony, especially because I kind of like the relationship that Anthony had with Wan-Bissaka in the second half. I think that looked, I don't know, it looked better for me when instead of Dallo at the beginning. I don't know, maybe Dallo still is, obviously probably still dealing with, coming back from the injury and whatnot from the World
yeah,
Cup. So I do get it, but I just feel like it hasn't really been clicking for
yeah,
both of them together. But
yeah. I think
Wan-Bissaka,
Wan-Bissaka's look better going forward with
yep,
Anthony off that
exactly.
wing. Yeah, I've liked him a bit better.
Me too.
Well, yeah, but just one thing. Yeah, we got to remember Ten Hag did make 6 changes for that West Ham game.
Oh, he did do that.
He did make 6. So what? How many changes have we made? We is Sancho, Malacia, Wan-Bissaka, and Sabitzer. Is that 4? Are we done?
Yeah, 4.
Okay. So yeah, I think we're actually on a good level of rotation here,
Yeah.
according to Ten Hag. Because like, if he can make 6, yeah, you might do it again. Yeah,
Okay. Hmm. Interesting. But are we saying, we're still saying like, okay, but will that fifth change be still putting in Pelestri, or are we thinking maybe he'll just have Anthony and then
yeah,
maybe have Sancho the left wing, and up top he'll probably have Rashford,
yeah, yeah.
and then maybe, or yeah, or he'll have maybe Weghorst and then bring Rashford off from the bench. I don't know. Since Rashford, I mean, since Weghorst did score, Weghorst, I believe, like in my opinion, yesterday, I would say he was definitely one of the, he he scored a goal. I like the goal. He had a lot of chances. He's been quite wasteful here and there, but I think he needs to still, build up, the confidence and whatnot
Yeah,
in front of that, because the other players, his fellow teammates, kind of need to still figure it out, the stuff that he does in front of the goal, in front of, in the box and whatnot. I feel like in a way maybe that relationship hasn't fully been formed yet, but once that is clicked, which I think will happen at some point, I think he can start maybe cooking a little, just a little
yeah.
slight,
I don't
maybe
know, Sophia. I don't know
maybe
about
maybe
Bedford.
maybe bake a cookie. You don't know. Maybe not cook a meal, but bake a cookie.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a meal because, like you were saying, he missed a lot of chances before
He
that
did. I'm not gonna lie.
goal.
Very,
I
very
remember the
wasteful.
one that came from the left wing where I'm trying my best to describe it, but it
Yep.
looked like it hit his shin and it went really high over the bar. Do you remember the one first off?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he seems like he's a bit nervous still when he plays for
Yeah,
Man
he
United
does.
because
He
like
cried after he scored a goal.
he cried.
I
Where's the fourth
swear.
goal? And he's crying like he's won another Carabao Cup when he scored.
Yeah, but it like really like, but he's been saying like, playing for Man United and whatnot. Like he's been thanking Ten Hag for, giving him this opportunity, because the Carabao Cup trophy was the first trophy in his career as
Mm,
well. So this is something, this being here at Man United is something that he doesn't take lightly and whatnot. So he's probably been very frustrated with him getting a lot of chances, but not getting them over the line. So I get that, but
yeah,
he needs to work on that for sure. I still do believe that I don't know, there's certain aspect with this game, his work rate, whatnot. Not that we're going to be, fully. It might be cliche to be like, yeah, but we love, you're always working hard. Yeah, you should be working hard. You
yeah,
should be, but but I do think, I don't know, that with the pressing and whatnot, there's certain stuff that he does that I evaluate, that I do like, but of course he can be better with not being so wasteful. I do agree with
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not composed enough, and I
yep,
think he's too slow. And for a big
he's a
guy,
bit slow.
doesn't
Yeah.
win. Yeah, doesn't win the headers as well. I mean,
Mm.
would you see him really being in this team next season?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so. To be completely honest, if there's, yeah, I mean, this is a loan. He might go back. We might be like, you served your purpose. Thank you, but bye bye. We might do that. I don't know. You never know.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to see the guy at the team again. I'm sorry. Like people,
Whew.
give me props for what you said in terms of pressing and stuff like that. But it's
Okay.
like, you know, that is a standard thing to press. Like,
Yep.
come on. But yeah, there's just way better players that can be scoring and like be like not having to have 4 chances before you get a tap in. So
Yeah.
yeah. Just coming back to this team though, Sophia, you have to bear with me because my mind, I overthink. It goes like left, right, up
No,
and
it's
down.
okay. I do.
I,
Hey.
yeah, I'm just thinking like, mate, because Veghorst's got the goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like maybe he stays in there because I don't know. Ten Hag would think, okay, he's got some confidence now.
Yeah, he
You
did
know,
say
you-
some, he did definitely praise him when it came to, whatnot in the press conference. But he'd been
yeah,
saying what we've been saying, like, okay, getting a lot of chances, whatnot, just not, getting to over the line. But there's
yeah,
still a lot of stuff that he does that Ten Hag is content with. So
yeah.
it just, but he's also been saying like maybe he didn't, like he did expect him to play a lot, but not, but in terms of the fact that Martial is not available. Then again, I just realized Martial is available for this game. So
Is it? Is it official though? Because I'm looking on transfermarks.com
yeah,
and it's saying he's a question mark for returning.
I'm pretty sure Ten Hag did say like, "Hey, we might see him. We might."
Oh.
But what if he comes up? But we need to be very delicate with him. Freak! I do not want to hear another. I will flip a table if I hear another. If okay, let's say Martial comes tomorrow or not or next week, and we hear suddenly again he's injured. No, 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 no. It's a wrap then. It's been a
Uh,
wrap, but
it's
it's
been,
double wrap.
I was about to say it's been a wrap. Like a few injuries ago for me, it was a wrap.
Yeah,
Like,
technically for me too, but
yeah,
he got to go regardless. But I'm just saying, like, we need you this season. Like, okay, you still gonna go, but
yeah,
please, just few more months, brother. Few more months, please,
yeah.
please.
I mean, if he comes back in for like the bench, I could definitely see
That's
Rashford starting, and then
yeah,
maybe Martial comes on. But I'm
yep.
just going back to like my other thoughts that are coming into my brain. If
Hmm.
if I don't because remember when we've seen Rashford go up front in the second half from the
Yeah,
wing, and usually he's doing well when the other team's tiring, and then he's gone up front, and he's like he does his shuttle runs, um, and obviously he's got a good strike on him.
yep.
So yeah, it could be Rashford's kept on the wing on the left, and then we keep Veghorst up there for that first half, and then if it goes wrong, we see like Rashford switch to up front, and then another winger come on to the left.
Yeah, yeah,
Could be.
maybe. Yeah, because it kind of happens often. Like the last couple of games, he'd been starting with Weghorst, and it was the Carabao Cup final game where he ended up with second half. He went straight to the bench.
Yeah.
So it does happen sometimes, where it's like, okay, it didn't really work now, but we'll change it up. Or maybe you take Anthony out and you bring potentially I don't know, Garnacho in. You bring him on the left. You bring Sancho up potentially. No,
I'm not
wait.
sure. So well, Garnacho's not played on the right before, has he? He
No,
can't.
he hasn't. No, wait.
So
No,
he
no,
can't
no.
play on the
I
right.
was I was thinking more Garnacho on the left, and then
Yeah.
although I don't like Rashford on the right. I don't like Bruno on the right either. Even though there's been some games where he's worked on the right, just if it's more so like second half or whatever in a game, then maybe. But I just wish our right side was just popping as much as our left side.
Yeah,
Can,
that's
can
what
we
I was
just make it
thinking.
a little bit more
Yeah.
even?
That's why I was
Uh,
asking if Garnacho is playing on the right because it's just we're just sport for choice for left wingers.
it
Rashford,
is.
Sancho,
Jeff says
Garnacho.
Pelestri on the right, but we can bring Pelestri if we do need to, especially
Yeah,
after what he was a game changer in my opinion yesterday. A lot of people were saying so. You can have him to be to bring him on, but when it comes to the striker, should we be saying Weghorst to start then first half? Maybe if it doesn't completely work,
I
you
think I think Weghorst starts, but then I don't see Rashford being dropped though. That's the thing.
yeah, that's.
'Cause,
But
yeah,
if
the
we're
guy's on
thinking,
form, and
yeah,
that goal he scored, that first goal,
oh,
it's
that
like
was good.
if we can get another one of those against Southampton, where it's just
Ooh,
out of nowhere, it's like you'd want him
yeah,
to be starting. So
exactly. But what
yeah,
if you have then Sancho to be on the bench, and then you have Rashford on the left, you have Weghorst up top.
yeah, I think that will be the case.
Yeah,
Yeah, Yeah. I'm not sure, by the way,
I'm
but
not sure either. That's what I'm saying. Like we're contemplating whatnot, but like we don't know. This manager keeps us on our toes. Because there's
mm,
often where I'm be like, sometimes I'm almost right, but then there's like that one player that throws me off a bit. I'm like, what? How, where? You know? So that's that. But nah, it's a little bit difficult. But
yeah,
since but we do need to rotate and whatnot. But it would look. I wouldn't mind having Sancho to start though on the left. I think that
yeah,
could be something. You know what? I want to see. No, 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 no. I kind of want to see Sancho on the left. We're gonna say that maybe, and then up top. But then again, I feel like he will still go with Vickers though, also for his confidence. But then again, you
yeah.
can't drop Rashford again.
Yeah, you can't drop Rash Bappe, as I've called him before, because he's just putting up big stats like
Oh, hey.
Bappe. But, yeah, I because like we're saying, or like I was saying, in terms of the wingers and the fullbacks putting a lot of energy. They're
Mm,
the ones that most likely going to be rotated. So I think Sancho will be in there. Um, I mean, we've seen Rashford start on the right before. Remember? Was it against?
yeah,
Who was it against? Forgot who it was against.
I do not like it, but we have seen that.
We've seen it. Yeah, it didn't really work, did it? That's the issue. It didn't really
I
work
don't like.
there.
Yeah, I really despise seeing him on the right, even though like there's been maybe some certain moments where it's been like okay, but no. I just he looks so much better on the left for me. Even though at the beginning I was kind of like I don't really like him that much as a center forward, but sometimes it's okay. Within a game, you can change him and have him be that number nine in certain moments. That isn't necessarily a bad thing. But then Jeff was suggesting Sancho can play the 10 and give Bruno a break, but Bruno will definitely be starting,
Yeah, I don't see the
and
captain
Bruno,
being dropped. And Sancho, like I said, against Barcelona when he played the 10, he started off well, but he just seemed to like drop off. He just seemed to like not be familiar enough
yeah,
with the
for
system.
me, I remember when Sancho was coming on in the second half and playing at number 10 in the first leg against Barcelona in Camp Nou. I felt like he looked very good then,
Oh,
in my
okay.
opinion. But
All
then
right.
it was maybe the following, the second leg, I think he might have been shaking,
Yeah,
if,
for
if, I,
sure.
if I remember correctly. So we kind of do need to try it out a little bit and whatnot. Brother says, why not Pelestri in 10?
Oh, I don't think he's that kind of player, is he? Really, he looks like someone
I
that
don't
just
think
he
so.
needs space to run into
Yes,
the wings.
yes. The way
Yeah,
he, like you said earlier, Eddie, when he, basically ran past two, players yesterday, I'm like, no, 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 no. That's a winger. That's a
yeah.
winger. You need him to be on the wing. For me, Jeff says he played 10. You talking about Sancho now, or are you talking about Pelestri? Um, Regardless though,
Oh,
either all, I still would prefer Pelestri to be on as for Uruguay. Ooh, wait, did he?
England.
I can't remember. Hey, okay. If I mean, he was playing for the yeah. He was in the World Cup and did his thing, I believe. Pretty sure I did hear some good things, but I don't think we have seen necessarily that at Man United yet. We haven't. But
No.
I would say maybe he would go with like if we're going to back to this lineup here. Anthony on the right wing, just because he scored yesterday, maybe giving him a little bit of a confidence boost. Sancho, maybe. But then
Maybe.
again, I almost feel like he might go with Rashford on the left and then Weghorst up top. Even since both of those players, technically all three of our attackers here, right? Up top, the two wingers and the center forward there was in the scoreline. And also, technically, all of the attackers, Bruno as well, all four of them.
Uh,
If we take out Sancho, so basically Rashford, Anthony, Bruno, and Weghorst all scored yesterday. So I would think wouldn't be a bad thing to have them all start on Sunday. Or what are you
yeah, that
thinking?
could happen because we know our confidence can like stop you feeling tired to a certain point. Anyway,
Mm.
so yeah. Oh yeah. What we're gonna do? I'm going with Veghorst up top then. because yeah, I'm not really sure. I think it will be the same guys. Okay, I think this is what I think Ten Hag will do. Yeah,
Okay.
is I think he will keep Rashford on that left,
Hmm.
Fernandez, Anthony, and Weghorst up top, and then if it's not going right, I could see like Ten Hag even reacting sooner than the 60th minute or
Oh
later on.
yeah,
I could see him getting on new wingers just on 45 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so too. I'm gonna agree with you there, because like I said, this is not a problem. This is actually a good problem to have, where you're thinking, oh, who are we gonna, because if it doesn't work out, often, except for that Liverpool game, where a lot of the substitution didn't work and whatnot. We made a lot of stuff didn't work in that game. Let's just say that. But I do feel like yesterday, the substitutions that we made all contributed into us, just putting the nail into the coffin, we winning, playing very well in the second half. So if first half is a bit shaky and whatnot, because this point of the season, as we are playing so many games back to back, we just need to get the points. We need to just win. However you need to win, just win. You
yeah. That's
know,
true. That's true. I
that,
mean,
that's
that's why for this season, it's been a bit frustrating for people like me because I still love to see good football, but obviously you
same.
can't just change counter attack to possession overnight.
Yeah,
You can't just
we
do it in
can.
one season.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have the pressure be off. So
Yeah.
the team could have like one game a week, so there'd be more emphasis on training and drilling in the possession football. But it's not
Mhm.
the case. We've won
No.
a Carabao Cup even in this kind of baptism of fire for Ten Hag. Because getting
Yep.
one game every 3 days when you're trying to recover a team from sixth place to be challenging,
Mhm.
that's a nightmare. And he's done well. So, like you're saying, it's just got to be about results now, isn't it?
Exactly. But I do agree with you. I still do want to say good football, which we have been seeing here and there. But of course, yesterday's first half wasn't all good, but we made it all happen at the end. But yeah, we do. Sometimes I be have to remind myself as well that we are in a rebuild, and you know we are overachieving and whatnot. And there's been a lot of good things that we've been seeing, but we're still a long way to go. Maybe not a lot. There's still some you know stuff left that we need to do to be able to challenge for every trophy and to challenge in all fronts.
Yeah, especially if we're
But
going to play 10-hour football. I would say it is
yep,
a long time in
yep,
terms of, really getting used to playing on the ball. I mean, how many
yes.
games in the past few games have we played with like an average of 38% possession or 30%? You know what I mean?
Uh,
Even Newcastle were dominating the ball against us
oh
in the
my God,
Southampton
that's
tunnel.
so true. Yeah, good
Yeah,
point. Yeah. So we'll say that this is me and Eddie's predicted lineup for the Sunday's game. But like I said, Ten Hag always keeps us on our toes. So we don't know, but we'll stick with this. And at the end of the day, we must get those 3 points on
we
Sunday.
must.
We must. Okay, people. So lastly, before we start to wrap up, what is your yeah? What are you predicting for the game lately? We gonna win? We gonna
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We're in recovery mode, yeah, and we just beat Betis 4-1, right? And we've got a good. I think, aren't we unbeaten at home this season? Isn't it?
I think we lost. We lost once against. Remember the first game of the season, like Brighton.
Oh, I don't want to remember
I
the start
know,
of the
freaking
season. That's
hell.
why. That's why that memory is not there. So, but we still got a good record, haven't we?
Oh,
So we lost
we
one.
still
Yeah,
it's been very much underrated, that record at home. Like I would say, like Old Trafford, knock on wood, definitely have been looking starting to look more and more like a fortress again, in my
yeah,
opinion. Like it looks
yeah,
good.
yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't want it to be tight. I would love to see another performance like we did against Betis, but I think
Ooh.
it'll be a close one. I reckon 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, I think
Hmm.
Rashford gets one. I'd say Veghorst may even get another one actually, just on
Okay.
confidence. And then maybe a Ward-Prowse pops up with a little silly free kick.
we we better not. Oof. Please, if there's a game where you do not give out fouls or too many like unnecessary, don't do it. Don't do it. Because I remember when we drew to like Palace, like that free kick by Elise, freaking hell at
Oh,
the end.
yeah,
Don't do that. Be smart. So okay. So you're saying 2-1.
yeah.
Okay. Jeff is saying 4-0. Whoo. Okay, Jeff. I
That's
hope.
optimistic, man. Wow.
Yeah, Russia says 3-1 Manchester United. Hopefully 3-0. Das agrees with you, saying 2-1. Okay. Versus 3-1, maybe 3-0, 4-0. Wow. Okay. What am I saying? I feel like, you know what? Coming up from yesterday, I want to say a strong 3-0.
Mm.
We must win and get the 3 points. We must. But I'm gonna say 3-0. Yeah, 3-0.
He's getting the goals.
Ooh, usually I don't. Who's gonna? Rashford is gonna score again. I hope it will be great if Vickers scores again. Can Vickers just go on a run and just be like, "Yep, bloop, score, score"? That would be great. But hey,
That
maybe
would be
not.
awesome, man. For just going around and then just like prove doubters like me wrong, you know.
Imagine that he just be like, "I'm gonna go on a scoring spree, like goal for you, goal for you, goal for you." That would be hilarious. That would be great. But I would say Rashford. And then I would say I think Garnacho, and I'm gonna say Bruno.
Mm,
That's gonna
okay.
be me. I think Garnacho comes up in the second half from the bench, bam, scores. Is
That would be an awesome plan for that to happen. 3
yeah,
0 clean sheet. I don't know. I just want to see you win. Anyway,
that's true. But
yeah.
then again, I'm thinking like set pieces for Southampton. Maybe 3-1. Mm, no, I'm gonna. You know what? Because now I'm like I just realized. Yeah, we are playing Southampton, and if there's a they won 1-0 against Chelsea. That was a free kick.
Oh, that was a bad
So
Chelsea, bad Chelsea side though.
yeah, of course. But like, hmm, you know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna change to 3-1. I'm gonna say maybe Ward-Prowse might score. The brother is he good. He does his thing. And Nathan says Eddie loves Vegors too. Maji.
I don't know when I said that, but yeah, hopefully he scores. Hopefully, yeah.
No. Yeah, and Nathan, we had like he was a part of the match reaction yesterday, and like we had another one, Choppers, who definitely doesn't it isn't a Vickers fan, so he was kind of like trolling him
Oh,
for a little bit.
okay.
It was fun. Landre says 3. Okay. Tlumba says we are home. Yeah, we are indeed home. Yes, yes, yes. Big up. Jeff says no set pieces for Ward Prowse from 50 meters or less. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. I don't trust our midfield because I mean, even though Casemiro is awesome at tackling, there are some fouls that he will give away. He's that kind of warrior that tends to
Mm,
do that. So I don't know. Yeah, I reckon. Obviously, I don't want to be negative, but I just think there's a cheeky goal in there for
yeah.
Southampton. I think we're still getting our confidence back. They're still gonna. You can be recovering a little bit with the win against Betis, but 7-0 still gonna be on your mind a little bit. There may be a little mistake here and there. That's what I'm saying. But hopefully not.
Mm.
Hopefully I'm wrong.
No, I get that. Hey,
Yeah.
you never know. But yeah, guys, make sure that you like the stream. We got 12 likes. Let's try to, as we close off, let's try to get the likes up to 20. That would be great. Hey, just help us throughout. And Lana says we need Casemiro to turn up. He has been off for a few games. I won't say like yeah, he was obviously Liverpool game. Everybody was horrible. There was sometimes yesterday where he was losing the ball here and there. I'm not gonna lie. So I get your point. Maybe he might be playing with the not. I don't know if he might be playing with an injury. You never know. But
Yeah, I hope these guys get rotated out then because
yeah.
like Varane looked like he wasn't even the same player against Liverpool. He looked like he was playing with something going on. Like
Mm-hmm.
he looked like Maguire in my opinion, especially for that Gakpo goal, the way he couldn't recover.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope Casemiro turns up anyway. But it's up to the fitness, isn't it?
It basically is, and if it is a fitness thing or not, then you have to rotate, because otherwise players will kind of end up being a liability more than you know actually be of use, even for a world class player such as Casemiro. And I love him, I pick him up, but it is important that everybody needs to be on their A game and whatnot. And you got to kind of rotate, and because fatigue and burnt out and injuries whatnot, that is a real thing, so you got to
Yeah.
take that into account for sure. But yeah, guys, we gonna be ending it this match preview, but it's been great to have you on, Eddie. Thank you for coming on, and you had a very good debut, my friend. We definitely need to get you on for the on the channel more, and hopefully I can hop on your channel as well, to do a little bit
Yeah,
of
for
collab here and
sure.
there. But yeah,
Yeah, I've
you,
enjoyed this show. Thank you for having me on at short notice.
mm,
It's been good interacting with yourself and your followers in the chat. So obviously hit the like for Sophia's football talk. Always a great vibe on the channel.
thank you, brother. And people, make sure that you do subscribe to Eddie's Footy Waffle. Come on now, show him some love. He's doing great things once again with his channel, like the recent video that I saw, the animation brother. Let me not spoil it, but check it out. I loved it. It was brilliant. I was like, what? This is so good. Freaking hell,
Thanks for
like
that. Thanks.
I am like real talk talented. So do show him some love. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, I can definitely do that. I will do that for sure. I will put the link in the description box so that you guys can check it out for his channel. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow for the watch along for Bournemouth versus Liverpool. I need Bournemouth to show up tomorrow. Okay, you didn't get the job done against Arsenal. You were almost there. Okay, it was 3-2 at the end with Arsenal comeback, but avenge us, please, please, Bournemouth. I need Liverpool to think that they're, oh, we 7-0. Yeah, we're gonna take Man United's spot at the league and whatnot. No, bring them back to reality, please, Bournemouth. I'm manifesting, please.
That's
So
big
yeah,
pressure for such a small team. That is.
I
Hopefully
need
they can
to.
do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing a watch along for that tomorrow, and then I'll be back for the live watch along for oh, big up that. Yes, that there is
Oh,
Eddie's link. Big
appreciate it.
big up to
Thank
my mod.
you.
Come on now, my mods. Hey, big up to y'all. But yeah, also a live watch along for the Man United Southampton game and a match reaction straight after. So we'll be back. But yeah, I wish you all a lovely day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And we are out. Big up, people. And I will leave with this video.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.